My name's Matthew.
I'm Gabriella.
And we're a couple of dual sport riders with about 12 years of experience. And we want to talk to you today about essentials for motorcycling that are not obvious. Everybody knows that you need to have food, water, shelter, tools, a way to fix a flat tire, an air pump, and first aid and navigation. But we're going to talk about things that we've brought on our trips that made us more comfortable, sometimes helped with safety and that sort of thing, and just things that other riders might not have thought about.
All right.
Oh, please, if you like this kind of content, like and subscribe, and then we can bring you more stuff like this. Also, at the end of the video, we are going to have a little contest. If you can guess where this foreigner is from, we will we will have a little present for you, and it's a little prize. So in the comments below, you can guess what country she's from, because everybody gets it wrong. All right, so Gabriella, let's start with your first thing. What's the first thing you think of that you need to bring on a trip?
All right. So over the years, I really grown to like these neck warmers or neck coolers. The good thing about getting a synthetic one that you can wet it, and in hot weather that's really nice and cooling, and in cold weather it helps you with the wind chill. So I will never go on an adventure ever again without these.
And during pandemics, they're great because if you forget your mask, you have one right around your neck already. I'm going to grab one of my essentials. We found that going through 900 miles of Utah desert, our noses would get dry and crusty buggers, as she calls them. So we got the saline solution, and we shared it so much. When I said shared, yes, because it was such an essential thing. I would take a snort, she would take a snort, and we were using this thing. I'm actually surprised there's any left in there. But your nose just gets so dry, and then, I mean, not to be gross, but it would get bloody if you didn't use this stuff. All right, what's your next one?
Yes, certainly an essential thing when you ride in dry, hot places. The next essential what I would mention is a foldable saw. This might not be that obvious for other people, and I know even Matthew here had his doubts about it, but it just saved us so many times being at the campsite, not having any firewood, or just get to some trails. It's small enough to pack, but it's good enough to cut through most of the branches. So again, every time when I go for a motorcycle ride, I always have this on me.
Yeah, and some of the Trans-America Trail, you get on single track, and if there's trees down, you don't have any choice but to go through. So something like that can really save your butt. All right, speaking of butts, something that when I did my first time on the Trans-America Trail, I brought one of these little folding camping chairs. It folds up very tiny, fits on the bike, but it's a way to like lean back and get your feet comfortable. And every time I would get up and go to the bathroom, one of my dorky friends would be sitting in it. And just after sitting in the saddle all day, it's nice to give your spine something else to do. So, all right, what else you got?
The next thing for me, what I picked up over the years, is this water holding bag, bladder. And even if you filter your water or you just buy it from the store, having a way to store it comfortably on your bike, this bag actually does a really good job. You could tie it on your bike, even low down on your side of the bike, so the weight is not up on your bike. And having like how the mouth of this has multiple options for you how to get the water out, it's a really handy thing to have. So it's definitely worth the money, and I'm glad I have it. And now it's always with me. When you don't need it, it's flat. It's really flat.
Exactly.
Stores really small place. It's worth the trouble.
And they never leak.
And they never leak.
All right, my next one is so again back to the heat. I'm afraid of heat. I feel very scared in the heat, and so I have one of these. It's not just sometimes we went swimming and just wanted to get out of the sun. But if we had a flat tire in the desert and needed to, or an injury, if you had a broken collarbone and she was going to get help, I would definitely want to be out of the sun. And in a lot of places on the Trans-America Trail in particular, there is no place to get out of the sun. We had several days last summer that were over 100 degrees.
Okay. My next item will be something which, for me personally, it's really helpful. Having some really good moisturizers with me. When you are in the dirt all day long, every time you touch your bike, your luggage, you adjust the luggage, the dirt just really gets your skin. So having something to moisturize your skin at the end of the day, your hands, your face, for me it makes a big difference. It might not be something for other people, maybe not for guys, but for me this makes a huge difference on a long trip.
Yeah, that's what some of it's just about comfort. And speaking of comfort, this is one of my favorite pieces of equipment. It's tiny, and it made a big difference. I first got this for bike packing, and with bicycle packing you need to have really tiny stuff because you have hardly any real estate. But it's an inflatable pillow made by Sea to Summit, and I won't bother blowing it up, but it's about this thick, and it was the first time I've been able to just sleep like I sleep at home. Your head doesn't roll off, it's contoured, and it's also felt so you're not sticking your face to it. Also, this was big, sometimes we have to stay in hotels, and I was sleeping in a hotel in Wyoming, or trying to sleep, and I was laying there in bed, and my eyes shot open because I was like, they wash the pillowcases, but they don't wash the pillows. And then during a pandemic, about how small is a virus, Dr. Kiss? She has a PhD in virology.
Viruses are small, so they will get through all these cloth threads. So
Yeah.
it's certainly something what you should think of. And you might not think about how clean your hotel room is really, except when you're in a pandemic and you could catch it anywhere. Then you're extra vigilant about this. So having maybe just a peace of mind for you in a hotel room, maybe it does do a trick, but it certainly helped us during our last trip in the pandemic across the half US.
Interesting side note, raise your hand if you ever got the couple of you kicked out of a hotel.
Guess whose fault it was?
Yeah, because I was needing the room to be cleaner than it was. So anyways, that was mine. What's yours?
Okay, my next thing will be, we're getting into more the luxury item section, I would think. Having a flask with you where you could bring your drinks in a smaller container is certainly helpful for me. The size that you could buy in a store to just have a little booze at the end of the day is way bigger. Having a way to store a smaller portion of it, it's really helpful.
And it can't, unlike glass, it can't break.
It can't break, yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm down to my last one. So after wearing my awesome Aerostitch combat touring boots all day, your feet really want to get some air. So I brought along not my nice Choco sandals, but these cheapy Walmart, I don't even know who makes these things, whatever. Skechers, but they were like 15 bucks on sale. I can go swimming and not cut my feet, which you stand on a lot of the time on the motorcycle. And then if I did lose one of these on the trail, it's not a huge deal because my Chacos cost $100 and these were so cheap. But yeah, the ability to swim. Sometimes the showers that you find are skanky, so it's nice to not be walking in body fluids of other people. But anyway, so that's the last of my essentials.
Okay, so my last item what I'm gonna show is hammock. Not essential, but again, it just makes a trip, and especially when you are camping a lot, to have a bit, have more fun in the campsites. When you wake up, just have like one place to sit, but you could have a bit more relaxation. We usually do at least one day or 2 days in the middle of a long trip or a 2-week trip, and we have a little time off, and we could stay in one camping site for 1 or 2 nights, not go every time. And then it's good to have some other place where you could just chill, not in your tent, not in your camp chair. This again makes a big difference when you're on long motorcycle trips.
Also, if you're traveling with somebody that you care about, you're in each other's space a lot, and the hammock allows you to just go, I'm going to go read a book for a little while.
Just leave me alone.
Get out of each other's space. So that's the things that make our trips more comfortable and a little bit safer with some of those items. And we'll be doing more videos. I'm going to do a video like 10 ways that I prevent myself from worrying too much or getting scared, which is kind of the theme of my book about our trip on the Trans-America Trail. It's called The Topography of Fear. And you can win a free copy if you can guess.
Where I am from.
Is it Kentucky?
Close.
Well, with your accent, is it New Jersey?
A bit more east.
Anyways, give it your best shot, and don't forget, like and subscribe wherever those buttons are, and we'll see you on the next video.
Thank you for watching.